I would say that the, I'm overthinking this, y'all. Still in its box. Hey guys, welcome back. It's got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and I would say my overall favorite this week would be this sort of a makeup look. This kind of like purpley, slightly pinky, but overall purpley sort of a makeup look. I was wearing this one day, or a really similar look to this one day, and Timothy said multiple times during the day, he was like, I really like your makeup. Like, what did you use? What are you wearing? So it's kind of purpley. So he was a big fan of it, so that just made me love it even more. When your handsome hubby says he likes your makeup, that makes you like it even more, you know what I mean? He's always so sweet and compliments my makeup, but he just said it multiple times that day, and I was like, okay, I need to remember this. You like this purple eyeshadow palette. So, anywho, got some purpley favorites, really fun, kind of, what would this be called? Like a, what is this? Like a, what is this? Like a magenta, rosy, I'm drawing a blank. This lip look. I really like this lip color, so we're gonna chat about that too. Let's get to it all. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that was a big hit is this one from Mally, and this came in that set with the two-sided dealy do that I mentioned in last week's favorites, which is the Mally Blushing Brilliance Blush and Highlighter one. So if you want to see swatches on this, I mentioned it last week, but this is the palette that came in that set. And this is the Open Up Eyeshadow Quad, and this is in Everyday Plums. And it is just a really purpley palette. I mean, I like that it is purple, but still kind of neutrally. It's like the neutral side of purples, but it is a purple palette. I mean, it's not like it's a taupey palette with just a little bit of purple. I mean, it's purple, and it's really, really pretty. Very beautiful. The mattes are blendable and easy to work with. And then there's just really the one shimmery shade, and I like to wear the shimmery shade with a setting spray to kind of kick it up a notch. But if you like a, I wouldn't say subtle, but just less wabam metallic-y, then I don't think you need to wear it with some kind of a setting spray, but there it is without one. So I just like to kick it up a little bit with a setting spray. But so easy to work with. Really a pretty, pretty palette. And like I said, purple, but a wearable purple. Now I made it slightly less wearable because I added something with it, and then I have a highlighter with it, so I'm going to mention all those things. But I wore this by itself with just a winged liner one day, and that's when Timothy was saying stuff about my makeup that day. So anywho, great palette, very easy to work with formula. This whole set was a really good value. I think it came with this little palette, the two-sided thing, a brush, and a mascara, I think, and I think it was like $34. So I'll link it down below for you, but it was a great value getting all the things for that price point. So one of the metallic-y colors on my eyes is this one, this shadow from J-Cat Beauty. This is the Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousse, and this is in Champagne Whiz. So pretty. These are really an interesting sort of a formula. They're slightly close to the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I mean, I'm thinking about like, how similar do I think it is? It's sort of, yeah, it's pretty close. I would say that the, I'm overthinking this, y'all. Right now, I'm overthinking this totally. The ColourPop ones feel a little bit less moussey than this does. This has a little bit more, like when you squish it, it kind of squishes more. When you squish it, it squishes more. Yep, that's what's happening with this one. But it is so metallic-y and beautiful. Now this one is more like rosy, warm-toned pink. So I do have some of this on my lid, just a little bit. I wanted just a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of a metallic shine, but look how this catches the light. It is so metallic-y. Definitely has shimmer in it, so you have to like shimmer, but I love it. I think it is so pretty. I have several of these. If you like super metallic, super intense, like liquid metal on your eyes, and especially if you like some shimmer, I think you would really, really enjoy these. They are affordable and just so, so pretty. I just right this second realized that I have 2 J-Cat Beauty favorites this week. I did not realize that when I was putting things in my little bag for my favorites this week. Okay, other J-Cat Beauty favorite this week is the Love Struck Blusher and Bronzer, and this is in Honey Bunches. Honey Bunches. So love the name, and it has a little outline of a cat in it. So what else could you need? Cute name and a cat on the blush. I mean, I'm a happy camper with that combo right there. This is such a pretty, neutral, peachy sort of a blush color. And the formula of this is so good. It does come with like an overspray. You can kind of see the last little bit of it up there, like a metallic-y overspray, but that goes away fairly quickly. I have a little bit left, like you can kind of, I mean, I have a really pretty highlighter on with this, but there was a little bit of the sheen still happening on my cheeks, just from the last little bit of it, I think up at the top. So anywho, there's a little overspray, but the main blush itself is a matte, but a really creamy matte. Like it's borderline satin because it is so blendable. It's not flat matte, it's not dry looking. Really, really great formula. It is very pigmented, but I don't find it difficult to blend. I don't think you need a lot of product though. I mean, just get a little bit on your brush and then you can blend it in. Just don't go ham with it or you're just gonna have way too much blush. You don't need that much, but it is beautiful. Does get a little bit messy in the pan. I mean, it kind of kicks up some product, but I don't really mind that. I mean, it's like, no big deal. It's really, really pretty. Such a nice formula, such a pretty neutral, pinky, peachy sort of a color. I love it. This fun highlighter on my cheekbones. Oh my goodness, that is so much fun. And then also on the inner corners of my eyes and a little bit onto my lid is this one from ColourPop. Again, something new from ColourPop, I know. This is from the Villains collection, and this is the Ursula one. And the name of it is Poor Unfortunate Souls. I love Little Mermaid, so I had to get something from the Little Mermaid one, from the Ursula one. So this is what the actual packaging looks like. Really, really pretty. I love the kind of like neon sign sort of a look to it. They just do such a good job with their collections. Like I said last week, I'm just always amazed with their stuff. This is such a fun highlighter. You have to like different sort of highlighters to really, I think, love and appreciate this one. But I think that this is a creative highlighter that is still very workable. I like a blue toned or shifty highlight, but that's just more difficult to make that work. I mean, I'll use them like on the inner corners of my eyes, but I find that a pinky or purpley toned, interesting highlighter is just easier to make work. So it's creative, but still you can incorporate it in more ways. I'm babbling, you get the idea. Because you can use it on the inner corners of your eyes, but it can also be that kind of blush topper and kind of blends in with the blush. And that's the ones that I find myself reaching for the most of creative highlighters. So I don't know if this is technically, oh yes, there's the name. I was gonna say, I don't know if this is technically a Super Shock highlighter, but it is because it says Super Shock highlighter. That kind of gives it away right there. So it has that creamy, slick, buttery sort of a texture to it. It feels like the Super Shock highlighters, but I don't find it difficult to work with. I mean, it's super pigmented, easy to blend onto the skin. I don't feel like this swatch is really fully showing the amazingness of it, probably because it's the Super Shock sort of a formula, so it's kind of a little bit more gel creamy. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it. So it's there, but I don't think that swatch is doing it justice because this is beautiful. I mean, I love this on my cheekbones. I think it is so light catching and interesting. It is a pinky purpley shifty sort of a color. Really cool. So if you like a cool, interesting sort of a highlighter and you like you some villains from Disney, I think this one is a really fun one. This is kind of a totally random favorite, but I really enjoyed this lipstick from MAC, an old favorite. This is MAC Ravishing. I'm trying to remember what day I wore this. I think it was a day I just used like a contour and highlight palette on my eyes and then did a winged liner, and then I used this as my lip color that day for kind of like a springy makeup look, and I really liked it. This is like an orangey sort of a lipstick, but it's, I don't know, it's an orange, and it's, I mean, obviously it's a statement because it's an orange lipstick, but it has that kind of sweet, springy sort of a look to it, so it's not completely difficult to pull off. You know what I mean? Like, I wore this out and didn't feel goofy wearing it or super over-the-top creative in my makeup. I just felt kind of springy and fun. So there it is right there. Just a beautiful, I would say pinky. It's like the pinky side of an orangey coral, but so beautiful. Comfortable. This is a cream sheen, so comfortable formula. I love MAC lipsticks. I mean, they're just like I've loved them for years and years. So yeah, ravishing. Still in its box. And then last favorite for the week is what I have on my lips right now. Really fun lip color. So this is also from the ColourPop Disney Villains collection. So this is the Luxe lipstick in Maleficent. Look at this beautiful packaging on this. Gorgeous. I don't think that this one has a specific name. Yeah, it's just Maleficent. So I think the actual packaging itself is really pretty, but the lipstick bullet is also beautiful. Just such nice packaging. It feels nice and weighty to it, so really nice quality for the price point. I mean, they just do it right. They always do. So here's what it looks like, and you can see it on my lips. It's just a beautiful berry sort of a color. Now this is a cream. I would love this even more if it were a full-on matte, but I do still think this is a really nice cream formula because it does set down to be kind of more of a satin. It doesn't ever set down to be fully matte or anything like that, but it does kind of set onto your lips, so I don't find it going everywhere like a glossy lip color would, but it definitely moves a little bit more than a full matte would. So I found when I ate with this, it did kind of, you know, it's, I mean, any lipstick's gonna come off as you're eating to a certain degree. So it did come off a little bit more than a full-on matte would, but it wasn't completely gone. So what I like to do is kind of blot my lips a little bit before I eat, so that kind of helps it, you know, not move quite as much. But it's just a beautiful berry lip color, very comfortable on the lips. I just love it. I think it's a beautiful color. Really like the formula of it. Packaging is absolutely adorable. All right, guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving this week or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!